If you've been the spouse or partner of someone in public safety, then you already know it's not an ordinary life. You learn early on how to balance everything: the family, the house, lots of bills and paperwork, the worry, and the waiting. And then suddenly, retirement shows up and everything changes again.
Everything.
I'm April, and today on Retirement Unmasked, I want to talk to spouses and partners, especially the ones standing at that doorway of retirement, about 4 things you'll want to get right as you start this next chapter together. And we will give you some strategies on how to make this transition a little less bumpy. So number 1 is learn to share the space again and to give space. Let's unmask this real quick. And I had to learn these things over many years myself, so hopefully I can save you some time and struggles. For years, while your spouse or partner was on the job, you might have had your own rhythm. You got all the early morning chores done, kids off to school. I laugh about laundry day when you may have found a few extra bullets or a handcuff key in the pockets of those uniform pants.
It wasn't me.
You think, who else is living this life?
Yeah, true.
Oh, as a police spouse or partner, what things have you found in the laundry day?
We might not want to ask that question.
Yeah. You decided what was for dinner, though, and the TV remote, you had all the control. But let's be honest, while your significant other was at work, you were worried and waiting for them to return home safely.
I hope so.
In retirement, life changes. Suddenly, your spouse is home all the time.
And loving every minute of it.
It's pretty sweet at first, but it's also a big adjustment.
It is.
And what I learned is that it's more different for him than it was for me.
Yeah.
I needed to give him space and let him work through the process with me by his side, not nagging him or making him feel even more out of place than he probably already did.
It's a work in progress for sure, processing it, yeah.
After leaving public safety and his decades-long routine, though, chaotic and stressful, it was his thing. He needed to breathe, and I needed to allow that and give space.
Yep.
Retirement is a time to find some peace, an opportunity for brand new topics to discuss, and new ways of being together.
Amen. Welcome to the channel. My name is Michael, and I want to say one thing, that while we're talking about retiring from public safety, one thing I have learned is that nearly every retiree from any occupation that I speak with has the same experience and emotions about retiring. So this isn't just for public safety people. These 4 things we are going to discuss, they're really universal topics that will help any relationship and anyone processing retirement. So for me, retiring from police work was harder than I thought it would be. It was almost like grieving and celebrating at the same time. People are congratulating you, and you're walking out of your retirement party, you're happy, you're looking forward to the future, and then silence just settles in. It's quiet. You're not running calls anymore. You're not getting updates on your email about specific crimes in your area to be on the lookout for. And for me, I wasn't a leader to younger troopers anymore. The realization sunk in, now I'm a civilian. And I just wasn't needed in the same way that I was before.
Exactly. I saw that in you, and we had to work through it and learn to share and give both time and space.
Yeah, we did.
Honestly, you are still going through it now, as I know you've experienced things that most people never have. I read a statistic that the average police officer experiences nearly 200 traumatic events over their career, while the average person experiences 2 to 4 such events over their entire lifetime.
That's a huge difference.
Sure is. We are going to talk about this more in depth in another episode, but thankfully, we've been doing that balancing act while you were still on the job.
We've been balancing.
Yep. But we certainly needed to adjust things at home. For us, we realized that we both served, just in different ways. We were the new patrol team.
We are the patrol team.
And while we may bicker at roll call aka breakfast,
which I make.
when it comes down to things, giving each other grace and
Yep.
taking time to find your rhythm again as a person and as a couple were so important.
Very, very important for us to do that.
Number 2, reclaim your own identity. A lot of public safety partners, especially those of us who spent decades supporting their loved one, forget something very important.
Yeah.
You've been serving too. You've been the steady one, the scheduler, the listener, attending parent-teacher conferences, taking kids to doctor appointments.
Yeah, you've done all those things.
And just being busy.
Yeah.
We have 5 kids, and I remember Michael's mother asking me once, "So, what do you do all day?"
She did ask that. I remember that. That was at a barbecue. I remember that.
I just kind of laughed and said, "Well, multitasking is on my resume." You just kind of get used to being there for everyone, right?
Yeah, you were there for everyone. So, the spouse or partner behind a public safety member is the real hero back home. And I mean that. You're the one that kept things grounded at home. And that was such an important piece of the puzzle for us. Because the one thing that I've learned with public safety people is if things ain't right at home, they ain't right at work. And that's how police officers, firefighters, any public service member can get themselves in trouble. You're just not focused the way that you need to be focused.
Right. And I spent years planning around everyone else's calendar. The only thing I had on our family organizer for myself was my weekly mom's Bible study. Seriously.
Yeah.
Now I take walks on our friend's horse farm and spend time with nature, breathe in fresh air.
And I love that for you.
Or I can meet up with friends for coffee and chat and relax. Now, if I choose, I can actually say yes to things that feed my body and my soul. But no is a word I have used a lot as we move towards retirement, since I have said yes for decades to things I felt obligated to do. Field trips, outdoor school.
Yeah.
Your partner isn't the only one retiring. You are too, in your own way.
Yeah.
So go find what fills your soul, and individually and as a couple, do those things.
Yeah. So I knew that you needed to reclaim your identity, and I knew that for years you'd wanted to start your own business. So that's why I 100% supported you in your power wash business, and that was a great thing for a couple of years.
Very cool.
Until we got a little bit older and our knees started hurting and our back started hurting and it wasn't so cool anymore. But it was a wonderful thing in our family, and especially for the kids to be a part of and to see you doing that.
True.
I know that you wanted to build something for you, and that while I was a police officer, you were juggling everything at home so that when I came home, it was not a place of chaos. It was a place of refuge. So, question for our viewers. What things did your spouse or partner do to help you when you went 10-7 and walked in the door at home? If this video resonates with you at all, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell symbol, get notified of our new videos. We will keep sharing stories, tips, truths, things that we've experienced in the hope that it might help you thrive in retirement and your life after the badge.
So number 3 is learn to minimize stress in this new chapter. Let's be honest, we all know that public safety careers take a toll. There are arguments that happen under stress, moments we wish we could take back, and years of public safety that felt like survival mode.
We were in survival mode for a large chunk of time in our marriage, for sure.
We have years that were just a blur of managed chaos.
Yeah.
Kids, the job, holidays, life, it was all coming at us all the time. But here's the truth. Retirement is a reset button. Let me say that again. Retirement is a reset button. It's a chance to leave some of that behind and move towards a positive and new future.
It is a reset button. It's a replay. It's a do-over, actually. You get to experience some things and do them over. Yeah, because we just lost years to the chaos and to public safety. We gave a lot to public safety. I clearly remember our dating years, they were pretty stress-free. We were having a good time. I very, very clearly remember our honeymoon. Oh, I remember that. But once we started having kids and our family grew to seven of us, we were raising kids at all various ages. We obviously didn't pay attention to the premarital counseling so much about talking about how many children you should have, and every one of our kids is a blessing. But the financial stress, working all the overtime I could to maintain that basic middle class status,
Right.
and at the same time trying to meet everyone's needs at work and at home, man, that really took a toll.
Exactly. That was stressful. So don't waste this next season holding on to the past. Let the little stuff go.
Amen.
Heal what needs healing.
Yep.
This is the time in your life for peace, laughter, and maybe even rediscovering each other in a whole new way.
Yeah.
I think our recent Colorado trip, that we made some videos out
We
there.
did make some videos.
And this season in our life after the badge is going to be awesome. Maybe not honeymoon awesome, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Going to the gym, spending time with friends, and rediscovering my passion for gardening and reading are all things I am looking forward to
Yeah.
for stress relief. Making this video and laughing with Michael at our outtakes is actually stress relief.
God, we're definitely getting divorced.
Don't even joke. Don't even joke. That's not funny.
Yeah, we've had some pretty silly outtakes. And some not so silly outtakes. Cameras falling over, forgetting to put microphones on. We've done it all, folks.
The sun in our eyes.
So listen, I agree with you about the gym and friends. And honestly, I also hope we get some time to hunt and fish and just spend time together outdoors. We didn't have time to do that while I was on the job, but I 100% want to do that in retirement.
Thank God for babysitters.
Yeah.
We love them. Number 4, dream together again. After decades of obligations and being in the public safety grind, it's easy to forget that you used to dream together.
Yeah.
Retirement gives you that back. Lately, we've been asking each other, what do we want our next 5 to 10 years to look like? It doesn't have to be huge. It could be some travel, maybe volunteering, starting a new hobby together, or even a little YouTube channel about retirement.
Yeah. So far, I think this channel's been really fun. I don't really focus on how many viewers we have. I just want to build a community. So I think it's just doing something for fun. It's been really good for us. We've really enjoyed it. Our bloopers to our kids are downright entertaining and stupid. But honestly, some of the comments we've received from other public safety members, either via Facebook Messenger or actually on the channel, is what keeps us going. And it really has inspired us to create new topics of encouragement. And we want to be a community. It's not just April and I. So please keep the comments coming in on the channel. And as we move into full-time retirement very soon, we're dreaming and we're coming up with ways to spend our days together and also separate. As there are things that I'm looking forward to doing on my own, or maybe with some guy friends or some other friends, but also a lot of it has to do with just spending time together.
Being a public safety spouse takes strength, patience, and a whole lot of love.
A whole lot of love and forgiveness.
Retirement isn't the end of your story. It's really the beginning of a brand new one. Take the time to reconnect emotionally, mentally, physically, and even spiritually. Forgive where you can, and just keep showing up for each other, even on the hard days.
So what I heard from what you just said was reconnect physically. So that brings me back to the honeymoon. That brings me back to the honeymoon.
Of course.
But after that big career life, you deserve to have a simpler life and a more enjoyable life in retirement. It's different for sure, but in police work, being busy, that's what we thrived on and lived every day. We were responding to different calls. You were constantly readjusting that mask depending on the situation that you were in. But now it is the time to unmask and rediscover ourselves as individuals, and for April and I, as a couple. So, let's do a quick recap to make this transition as pain-free as possible. Number 1, learn to share the space again and to give space. Number 2, reclaim your identity. Number 3, learn to minimize stress in this new chapter. And number 4, most important for me, dream together again.
If you're a public safety spouse or partner, don't wait until it's too late. Start building these 4 habits right now. Comment below which one you'll focus on first. Please share this with a friend who's about to retire. It may be the perfect time for them to hear this.
Yeah.
Here's to a week filled with new adventures, cherished memories, and boundless joy.
As always, thanks for watching.